going to apologize like Cory Booker has called for?
For what?
Cory Booker's called for it. He's
Cory
asking
should
you to
apologize. He knows better. There's not a racist bone in my body. I've been involved in civil rights my whole career. Period. Period. Period.
On Memorial Day, I proudly stood with a black man.
What you want, a cookie?
On Memorial Day, I proudly stood with a black man.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
He's a man of integrity and intellectual rigor.
All right, guy.
If you can believe it, banning books about black experience in America. Trying to erase and rewrite history.
Sounds familiar.
30 seconds or less. What kind of a chance would a northeastern liberal like Joe Biden stand in the South if you were running in Democratic primaries against Southerners like Mark Warner and John Edwards?
Better than anybody else. And you don't know my state. My state was a slave state. My state is a border state.
Replay that last transmission.
My state was a slave state. My state is a border state.
Are you bragging about that?
Reading the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, "We already have a nigger mayor and we don't need any more nigger big shots."
You're not allowed to say that word.
In 1969, I got involved deeply in the civil rights movement. And so I got involved as a kid in the civil rights movement.
He's a liar.
A liar? Oh, I'm sure you don't mean a liar.
I was not an activist. I worked at an all-black swimming pool in the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. I was involved. I was involved in what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I was involved, but I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma.
I was just making all that stuff up.
The truth is, every major crime bill since 1976 that's come out of this Congress, every minor crime bill has had the name of the Democratic senator from the state of Delaware, Joe Biden, on that bill, and has had a majority vote of the Democratic members of the United States Senate on the bill. We do everything but hang people for jaywalking in this bill.
Sounds an awful lot like a dictatorship to me.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. But to me, and many people here today, like guys I see, Bill Bradley and Jim Sasser, who've long left the Senate for greener pastures, and I hope better remuneration. We used to kid about that too, but for a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
And he was racist.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
Thank you, sir. Come again.
I spent last summer going through the black sections of my town, holding rallies in parks, trying to get black men to understand it's not unmanly to wear a condom, getting women to understand they can say no. I got tested for AIDS. I know Barack got tested for AIDS. There's no shame in being tested for AIDS.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
Yeah. That's a racist.
That was racist.
Yeah, that's racist.
Oh, that is racist.
What responsibility do you think that Americans need to take to repair the legacy of slavery in our country?
We have to make sure that every single child does in fact have
3, 4, and 5-year-olds go to school, not daycare, school. We bring social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help, they don't know quite what to do.
Ouch. Have you taken a cognitive test?
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say?
Why would you even ask that?
But you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
It's a large, very identifiable Somali community. I might add, if you ever come to the train station with me, you'll notice that I have great relationships with them because there's an awful lot who are driving cabs and are friends of mine, for real. I'm not. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I remember going to a little Catholic grade school in Claymont, Delaware, which was a steel town that was dying. And I get out of the bus, I get out of the car, and this is where I-95 runs parallel to these days. And I said, Mom, why are all those kids, it was then called colored, why are all those colored kids in that bus? Because in Scranton, there weren't any. There were very few blacks.
How much more proof do you need?
By the way, I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first black woman to serve with a black president.
Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Thank you.